Welcome to ER Q&A episode number 8, and today's question is coming from Brian, and he's all the way from Maziviango. Sorry, probably not pronouncing that right, but he is all the way from Zimbabwe, Africa, of course. And his question today is, well, this is what he mentioned. Hi, Steve. Inspiring videos over there. Thank you very much, brother. Do this for y'all. And his question continued to say, I would like to ask, what is the protocol to establishing a company from proposing acquisition of land and up to registration? What are the appropriate authorities to approach? So his question is kind of a two-part. If I break it down a little bit, his first part was from proposition of acquiring land. Okay, it's kind of a tongue twister there from Brian. And the other part is really the core part is what is the actual procedure of registering a company? Now, Brian, if this is okay, I'm going to rebrand your question towards what is the appropriate way of establishing your company legally, okay? Because I'm not well experienced in real estate or acquiring land, but I can tell you about the legal part of the procedure of your company. Now, the first thing is, the largest thing is understanding the laws in your country. Zimbabwe has different laws than Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa, United States, China, or the UK on how to establish your company. That is the first part that you want to dive into. It's probably going to be on the government website that talks about the different tax breaks or the different tax systems or how much percent tax you pay. Those different legal things that you want to know. Now, after you've gone through the kind of the niche part, which is your country's law, the next part is really how do you want to establish your company? Now, you have LLC, you have different types of corporations, by the way. You have C Corp, you have S Corp, and etc. Then you have sole proprietorship. So you want to know what kind of company you want to register under. Most people usually go with the limited liability at first, and then maybe later you might go into a corporation for different tax reasons and etc. But it's important that you understand what is going to work well for you. Now, if you have a partner, of course you can't do a sole proprietorship. You'll probably want to do a partnership, like a limited liability and etc. Now, this brings us to the next point. The next key part that's legal that you want to make sure you get down right is the incorporation papers for your company. Now, if you're going to be having multiple partners involved in the company, especially including shares, then you really want to make sure this part before you sign anything. Number one, make sure it's the right partners you're going in business with. But if you already gotten through that part, you know you're good business partners and etc. When it comes to incorporating your papers, you want to know who's going to be the board members if you're establishing a corporation, because at least I know for the United States, establishing a corporation, you do need board members. For establishing an LLC, you don't necessarily need a board members, but if you want to have board members, that's up to you. But the key part is, other than how many shares a person will get, is the voting rights. A key thing is you do not want to have a 50-50 business because it's going to be hard to break ties. And it's going to be hard to move the company forward. Or maybe when you have employees who come in, they might have difficulty knowing like, okay, this guy told me like not to do this, but this other guy told me to do this. Who should I go with? Who's the person to break the tie? So you want to maybe do like 50-51, one person has 1% more shares. Or if you really want to do 50-50 shares, you can have one person have like in the papers of a corporation, have a third party member who will break the tie. Okay, so that's another key part that you want to make sure that's going to be in there. Now, after you've gotten over all those legal papers, all that good stuff, the next part of the question he was wondering, who are the appropriate authorities to approach? Now, this one, it's not really tricky, but you probably want to make sure that you look into the different people around your area who can be able to help you. It's great to find information online, but I highly recommend you find a person who actually cares about your company, who cares about your future to help you out. Because lawyers, for the most part, you're paying them, as in if you're over here, like in the United States or the UK or something, you're paying up to $100 per hour, $200 per hour. They will make sure your conversation keeps going for a while for you to incorporate a company. But most of the time, you can incorporate a company by yourself by going either online on the website or either going to your local government location where you can be able to do that. So as far as authorities to approach, that's kind of a tricky question. I don't know how to fully answer that depending on who you need to look at. Like you're looking for a lawyer, then you probably want to do a pro bono where you can be able to get a free, like maybe 1 hour service and then see if you actually do need the legal help before you commit money into it. If it comes down to, as in you're wondering about proposition of acquiring land, then you probably want to talk to a real estate agent who's well experienced in this area. So just basically find a person who's very niche, okay? Like that's their focus, that's what they do, and they're not going to be emotionally moved one way or another. They're going to just tell you what it is, and they're going to try and help you the best. So you can send me a follow-up question and let me know what you mean by legal authorities. I'll send you the message right now on Facebook. I'll reply on it and ask you myself personally. But if you're a person watching the video and you also wondering about the approaching a person of authority, then simply just send away a message and I'll try my best to help you out. But at the most part, you can find a person locally who, either real estate, either it's a lawyer, either it's a person who is helping you with different things like that, then you can be able to do that. So that is the procedure really for establishing your company legally. And it depends on your country, of course, but most of the things are usually kind of blanketed and etc. So, yeah, other things like trademarks, copyrights, as in every country has their own different laws, but you can also be able to get international trademarks, international copyrights, and you can be able to go to the Chinese website. You can go to the website of the Chinese government, and you can be able to actually apply for your trademark in China. You can do that for the U.S. trademark as well. You can do those things online. Most of them are online, so it's a good thing that you don't have to like just rely on one person to do it. But for your country, you might have different trademark laws, especially in Zimbabwe or Kenya or South Africa or wherever it might be. So yeah, I hope that answered your question. It's a little bit of a complex question because it does depend on a different company. It does depend on the different authorities you're looking for. But that's kind of the blanket answer that can be able to support you out. If you have a follow-up question, send it away on Facebook. And if you have a new fresh question, send it away. That's why we have Q&A episodes for moments like this. And I hope this helped out. And this video is a little bit long because it's a little bit more serious about this part. So make sure you do it right and make sure you double check twice before you sign any papers. Check it 4 times before you sign any papers, because those things can hunt you down years later from now when a person is trying to take your company away or some crazy legal aspects like that. Anyway, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope this helped you very much, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Peace out.